Welcome to the Eric T conversation. I'm Eric T. Now, when I was 14 years old, I had a job at Amigos MexTex restaurant, and I'd ride my bike there 3 or 4 days a week at 4 o'clock in the afternoon till closing about 10 o'clock, and then 11:30 we kind of cleaned up the whole restaurant. We left. So I worked there as a dishwasher. Now, when I say I worked there as a dishwasher, there was no dishwasher to put dishes in. I was the physical dishwasher. At 14, we had 3 different sinks, and one was like a chemical with soapy water, one was like a disinfectant, and one was a rinse. I don't know what was in them, but that was the process. And then we'd stack them on the other side so the cook can get them when they had to get new plates. The worst part about that job, it was at a Mexican restaurant. There was a lot of cheese, a lot of soot from the fajita plates. So when they'd come in, you just had to scrape all the cheese off. The fajita plates would have all the soot on them. Your hands would get black. And about every hour and a half, you'd have to re-rinse the whole water system because it was all nasty. So I did that job for 2 whole years. So that kind of prepared me for when I went to the military. And anybody who goes through boot camp has to have KP duty, right? Kitchen patrol. When I got KP, I got the short straw, and I just happened to get pots and pans. And if anybody's in the military, pots and pans is the worst gig to get in KP. I know there's servers, there's guys that wipe the tables down, and there's other guys doing other things, setting the cold and hot plates out, and then there's pots and pans. I got pots and pans, the worst, because they don't stop coming either. But they weren't fajita plates. So years later, I was prepared by working at Amigos MexTex to handle the KP duty of pots and pans. So I brushed it off with no problem, got through it, powered through it. Wasn't a big deal to me. I actually relished in pots and pans. And I got to eat some cake when it came in the back. That's supposed to, but I had some cake. But years later, in my house, I get yelled at when I don't rinse off the plate before I put it into the dishwasher. Now, I have an issue with that. Shouldn't a dishwasher be good enough to wash whatever plate you put inside of it? That's the whole job, is to wash the dishes. So I'm told I got to clean them all off. I got to rinse them off real well before I put them in there. That's a pre-wash of the dishwasher, and I think that's completely unnecessary. You got to scrape everything because apparently it doesn't clean everything off when you put it in there. I'm like, hey, GE, Samsung, you got to start making these dishwashers that clean off everything. Because when I got to pre-wash a dish to put it in a dishwasher, that's a whole lot of water I'm wasting just to put it in and get re-washed again. So if you have any problems like this, let me know, because I'm tired of having to pre-wash dishes before I put them in there. And I'm a professional dishwasher, so I think I know a thing or two about how a dish is supposed to be prepared before you put it in the machine. Anyway, that's my observation of the day. Now into the conversation. Trump met with the CEO of Softbank company in Japan. And this company is going to commit $100 billion to the United States and 100,000 employees to the United States, to work for the United States, which is huge. It was a huge announcement. And during the whole thing, the CEO said, hey, Trump's a double down kind of president. We're going to double down here in the United States. And then Trump, said, hey, well, if you could do 100 billion, can you do a 200 billion? And the CEO was like, well, Trump's like, oh, come on, you can do it. And the guys, well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to try to make it happen. And Trump's like, yes, he's going to make it happen. I believe this guy's going to make it happen. And I tell my kids that all the time. You never know unless you ask. So if you want to use a car at night, the worst thing I do is say no, right? But it doesn't hurt to ask. So always ask, because you just might get it. So hopefully this SoftBank will come in and bring $200 million or $200 billion into the United States and create more than 100,000 jobs. And that's great. So we're already winning, and he's not even in office yet. Some other news, Walmart in Texas is starting to use body cams for their associates in the store. Now they say it's supposed to be for like loss prevention or something like that. But I think Walmart got enough lunatics walking around it that people are like, listen, we need to protect ourselves with these crazies that are coming in here at night, and strap on some body cams. So now Walmart in Texas is doing a pilot program with body cams all over them so they can record customers coming in and getting disgruntled. And that's true. And the front of the camera is going to have like a screen facing outward. So when you're acting like a schmuck, yelling at the associate at Walmart, you can see your face at it. So you're going to know you act like an ass. So be prepared in about 3 to 5 years to see all Walmart associates with a camera on their chest. Now they can't use it on the toilet. They can't bring it in the bathroom, and they can't use it in the dressing room. But they're going to be walking around like cops with a body cam on them, going from aisle to aisle at Walmart. Yeah, loss prevention, my butt. That's what cameras are for, right? Up in the ceiling. This is so they can handle all the disgruntled, crazy Walmart shoppers that come in there all looking all funky. And then watch the whole slew of new Walmart shoppers memes that start coming out in about 3 to 5 years from all this body cam footage from all the associates. Now, Joe Biden is pardoning a whole slew of people right now. To date, he's pardoned over 8,000 individuals. And allegedly, what I heard, read, his brother is getting a little side gig going on, but getting paid to play. So he's getting a little bag man, give him some money so his brother can sign off on some crazy, crazy pardons that you wouldn't believe that are happening. Right now, there's somebody that just got pardoned with the old P person. Yeah, he was doing one of those, and he was in prison, and this person just is going to get released from prison from a full presidential pardon. Kind of ridiculous. Now, the 8,000 people, part of that is 6,000 of them allegedly are from marijuana possession. So those are crimes that he didn't think they needed to be in jail for, got them all off. Now, there's one, Nevin Shapiro is a huge Miami businessman who was a booster for the University of Miami Hurricanes. Now, in the early 2000s, this guy was caught doing a pay-to-play with the players. He was taking them on trips, getting them hookers, buying them jewelry, giving them bags of money. This guy was living a lap of luxury with all these Miami Hurricane football players. Now, granted, they're Miami Hurricanes, okay? You got Michael Irvin, big stars that came out of that place. I can see why he did it. But this guy was doing a 20-year stint, and he ruined a bunch of people's lives, paying people to play, ruined the University of Miami's legacy during that period of time. There's a huge black eye in the community, in the South Florida community, and he's getting out now. So I'm not saying the guy paid him, but the guy had money. Guys that have that kind of money, they always got money hidden around somewhere else. So he's getting out as well. So just keep looking at all the different people that are going to start getting out from these pardons. And like I said, watch Joe Biden's going to get pardoned. Joe's brother's going to get pardoned. Dr. Fauci's going to get pardoned. Liz Cheney's going to get, all these people are going to get pardoned. Ones that you didn't think they did anything wrong, they're all going to get a blanket pardon because that's ultimate power is the president, is the pardon, power of the pardon. And he's going to be pardoning all these people. That's why some of these drones, things are flying around. Well, he's just signing people up. He's signing pardons like they're BOGOs right now. So watch the news, watch what they're not telling you, because some of these things are going to start coming out, people that he's pardoning, and you're going to be shocked to hear. Anyway, that's my conversation of the day. Hope you enjoyed it. Join me next time for some chit chat, some observation, and some good old fashioned conversation.